Hey, how's it going? It's me, Syke. I know. You haven't seen me in a long ass time. Yeah, I did drop a few little things, a few little covers recently because I've just been really busy with finishing up school, high school, and also my bands that I have joined. I made a band called Above Nothing with my friend James, and that has been an experience. It has been an experience. We played one show where we didn't have our entire crew, and then our bassist left. Then we found another guy, and it's a whole story. Band's going on hiatus though, because yeah, hiatus or we're just gonna completely dissolve it. Anyways, let's get on to the main topics here. Why did my channel name change? Well, I release music on Spotify and Pandora and YouTube Music now. So I got that all situated. I figured out how to. I stopped being a lazy piece of shit and finally fucking did the shit. Yeah, my channel name had to change because it wouldn't recognize me, and I didn't want to put Syke as my artist name, even because there's like 20 million Sykes. So yeah, and I couldn't think of anything that, you know, it it just didn't feel right. So I might as well just change it to Syke. Syke. Yeah, it's weird, but close enough. Hopefully you all remember who the fuck I am because it's probably gonna stay like this until I can change it if I can. I don't know if I will be able to, but it'll just stay like this for a while. Um, so yeah, all my music is gonna be on Spotify. Well, all the ones I feel like releasing. I'm probably gonna remaster a few that I liked and just act like every other one just wasn't there. Right now I have the entire Who Are You album on there, the demos, as I like to call them, because they are definitely not high quality, and I am working on remastering them right now, which is going to be the song that I'm using in this tutorial that's about to happen, because my friend James wanted a tutorial. So yeah, shitty YouTube tutorial it is. Well, anyways, that's where I've been for the past like couple of months. Hope you guys don't like lose faith in me or something. Stay subscribed. Stay subscribed. Hit that subscribe button, bro. You got this. I'll be releasing music on Spotify, Pandora, everything. Just keep in tune. I am releasing something tomorrow, or well, okay, whenever the 17th is. I don't know when this video is gonna get out, but as I'm recording it, it's tomorrow. So, yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoy this tutorial if you want. It's very amateur, by the way, very amateur, and hope you guys enjoy my music that I'm gonna be releasing. Hello, everybody. It is me. I am here for the tutorial. I have notes I have taken, so this doesn't become a fucking mess. And there'll also be timestamps for every major thing that I put on here. So I have shit like the beginning, which is what this is, starting on Cakewalk, which is the DAW we will be using, and everything else. So yeah, don't worry too hard. If you really just need one section, then there you go. It's there. So, anyways, before we get started, there's some hardware that you need. You're gonna need a audio interface. The person I'm making this tutorial for already has one. He has the Scarlett Focusrite. Uh, I have this thing called a Line Onyx or something like that. I think it's just called an Onyx, but it's basically the same exact thing, but really fucking cheap. So just whatever works. All you really need is XLR cable if you want to record stuff with a mic, of course, and a port for a aux cord, so you can put your uh, guitar or whatever you want into it. That's all you really need in it. You're also going to need some software, as in Cakewalk, which is right over here, and you'll also going to need either MuseScore or MuseScore 4 for some stuff later on, which is also going to be in this section. I'm pulling up MuseScore 3 right here because MuseScore 4 right now is kind of unstable. So Here you can see that I'm going to be working on my song Snowflakes today. Uh, and what you're gonna do is gonna be simple. You don't need to write down the entire song unless you're, making a song from scratch or or it doesn't matter. All you really need is to write the drum part. So this entire thing right here is the only thing that we're gonna really need. So if you did write uh, all these parts, which you can find out online, but this tutorial is about Cakewalk. So you're going to press I, you're going to remove these two instruments from score, and then you're going to select File, Export, and you're going to export it as a MIDI. And you want the repeats to be expanded. This is very important. So you're going to export it, but do not close this yet. This will be very useful. So I'm just going to minimize it. Next thing is going to be actually starting on Cakewalk. So you're going to open up Cakewalk. It's going to give you this little, ooh, fancy shit. Uh, if you are getting like a prompt to install anything, I would just install the SI Suite Instruments kit. That's all you really need. So you're going to open up and it's going to tell you either recent projects or it's going to put you a new project. And you're going to want to hit empty project. So once you open it up, it should look something like this. If it does not, then you're going to want to select over here. This will be your workstations. There's a lot of them, but all you need is basic. So select basic and bam, it'll be right there. So let me explain what everything is, there for. Everything that you need to know right now. So this dot right here, I do not like it. It's just a metronome while you record. Anyways, over here on the right, you'll see your plugins and your FX. Right now, it should be defaulted to Audio FX. You'll have all these. I don't have any plugins installed, so this is what you get. And then over here on the left, you'll see this is where your tracks are going to be. We'll get to it soon, but this is where all of your tracks are going to be, and this middle spot is where left is like your track's name, and this is where your actual like tracks and your clips are gonna be. And if you go down here to the bottom right, very hard to see, but you'll see this arrow. This is going to be very important later on. This is where you're going to master all the volume. You can see master right here. This is where you're going to do all your volumes, all your EQs, and everything like that. For now, though, we're going to minimize it again. Next thing that you're going to do is you're going to go over here to this little plus sign. You're going to see add track. You're going to click it. For me, it will say Onyx, but for you, it might say something else. We don't. It'll just be your DAW, or not your DAW, your audio interface. So what you want to do, instead of just pressing create, you're going to click on it. You're going to hover over this, and you're going to select right, uh, or whatever side your aux cable is on. Your aux for like instruments in your guitar or whatever. That's all you really need to do. Just press create, and you can press this arrow to, make it, yeah, woo. So, first thing you're gonna do is create as many tracks as you need, and that's why I popped this up. So it looks like I only have one guitar part and one bass part. Don't worry about the drums. Do not worry about the drums right now. All you need to do is everything else but the drums that you're gonna record, like actually plug in and record. So you can do that one of two ways. Either, go through this tedious task, or you can right click somewhere like in the middle, because if you do it off to this side, it just won't fucking work for some reason. Click somewhere, right click off somewhere in the middle, and you press duplicate track. Just press OK, it'll be fine. And bam, now you have this. And since I only have one of each, I'm just going to do that. Yeah, so that's my finished product. Yours is going to look different unless you do the same exact thing as I'm doing, which is going to be hard since I'm not going to be showing the entirety of my, how to play snowflakes. But I mean, you could try. You're going to double click on a track to rename it. This is why I like to do. You don't have to do this, but it's very like easy to trip up, at least for me. So I'm gonna name this guitar. I'm gonna name this bass. So you're gonna add a amplifier. So if you have ever played an instrument before, like guitar or bass, that you plug in, you know that there's a thing called an amp, or else it's just gonna sound like shit. So for this, you're gonna go over to Audio FX. You see I've already done it out of instinct, but you're just gonna go over to this thing called the guitar, click the plus arrow, and drag TH3 over to this FX chain area thing, and you're gonna do it, and it will open up automatically. So we wait for it to open up, and here it is. This is what you're going to be using for all of your presets and everything. I like to stick to the TH3 Cakewalk, but feel free to experiment uh, with everything. I already have like all my usual shit down here, and I created one for bass, but feel free to use just like the clean. The clean works wonders for bass. I really love double amp for distortion, but knife is also really good. And you'll probably see me, since this song is heavily like inspired by Rage Against the Machine, you'll probably see me double it up with a with knife later on, like for the choruses. So for now, I'm gonna double click and select double amp. So now it's selected on this, and you could just close that out for now. So next thing, if you have another guitar or another bass, you're gonna want to put TH3 on all of these, right? But it's really fucking annoying to, sit through all that all over again. So what you can do is hold Control, click this, and drag it over to your other FX chains, and this will duplicate it. And keep in mind, it will also duplicate your presets that you selected. So what you want to do is select your preset for bass. I've created one, and it's just very fucking simple. I'm pretty sure it's just a clean, but added a lot of like reverb and chorus and shit that I like. I have a preset for bass. Go ahead and experiment. You can create your own like chains over here with all these like items. Uh, you can probably like get more components as well. It's just use the internet for all this kind of stuff. The vast world. I don't know, and I've been having a good time with all these stock components and everything. Anyways, after that big ramble, we can finally get to the drums, which is gonna be either the most easy part or the most hard part of your entire thing. So I use this thing called M, uh, MT Power Drum Kit, but the SI Drum Kit is perfectly usable as well, and that's what I'll be like showcasing after I switch it up. This goes for any drum kit that you're gonna want. Oh, I forgot to mention FX. You're gonna select this third option, and you'll get to this screen. You probably already know that, but yeah, I'm moving too fast for myself. But anyways, you're gonna click on the plus. I'm using SI Drum Kit as I've mentioned. So you're gonna click on the plus and then double click on SI Drum Kit. And then you're gonna make sure your settings are just like this. Pretty sure the only thing that you have to mess with is right around here. Just make sure your settings are like this. I'll give you a few seconds. Okay, so once you've done that, just select enter. That's all you really need to do right now. And once it loads, okay, so it loaded. You're gonna make 2 more tracks for a total of 3. And you're gonna name these accordingly. One of them is gonna be for your snare. One of them is gonna be for your kick or your bass drum, depending on what you say. And the other one is gonna be for everything else. So you're gonna do it in twos. So snare, snare, kick, kick, and all. And some, amazing. We're gonna show you how to open up the drum kit. Bam, look at that. You're gonna just press this little button right here. Ooh, magical. This is where you can, for at least the SI drum kit, you can click this and change how the instrument sounds, like how the kit is gonna sound. But as you play along with that, and once you found your, set that you really like, what you're gonna do is for the snare, you're just gonna come over here and turn down the volume on everything but the snare. So at the end, it should sound like this. So it should look like this. So if you click on this, you can't hear it, right? But if you click on this, you can hear it. And bam, there you go. You're gonna do that for, as you guessed, everything else according to the name. So kick, all you can hear is the kick and nothing else. And then for all. So for all, just keep it regular. But if you do, uh, later on in the editing stage, if you do hear a like space kind of like for the snare, you're just gonna come over to all and turn off the snare. That is the problem. So once you do that, then you're set. I'm gonna take some time and redo it with MT Power Drum Kit. I'll cut and explain it to you later. Okay, so for now, MT Power Drum Kit is gonna be the same uh, way that you like set everything up at the beginning. So you have the same exact settings, MIDI source, first audio output or whatever, and you're gonna do it 3 times. Snare, snare, kick, kick, all. You're gonna open this up, and for MT Power Drum Kit, unless you have a registration ID or whatever, you're gonna press skip on every single one of these. You have to do it. But I mean, it's a good drum kit, so whatever. And for MT Power Drum Kit, it's a little bit different. You'll see you don't have the knobs down here. You're gonna click on Mixer, and you're gonna turn off everything. Well, actually, you could just click these. I don't know why I'm doing that, but you could just click these to turn it off, and bam. Now everything is off, except for your what you want. And for MT Power Drum Kit, I find that turning off the snare on all really does help with that space sound that I was talking about. So anyways, after that is done, then something very important to know about the drum tracks. If you select this down arrow on all the second ones, you should, as I'm doing it. But anyways, your second ones is where you're gonna put all the MIDI tracks. Your top ones is for like the audio output. So you're gonna grab your MIDI file, open it up in your file explorer or equivalent. You're gonna grab it and you're gonna drag it to the first thing. And then you could just select it, press Control C, and make sure you have this selected. You'll know it's selected if the name is highlighted in like yellowish orange, and you're gonna copy it down to all of these. So if you play it and you just solo this out, well, this isn't but if you solo this out, you can hear that it's just a snare. Or if you solo this out, then it's just a kick. And that's all. So bam, that's how you have your drum kit. Okay, one more thing before we actually start recording instruments. Something very important, especially for your MIDI instruments, because without it, it will not play the same. So you're gonna go over to your MuseScore 3, right? What you see the tempo here, or whatever tempo the song you're gonna make is in, you're gonna want to put it down here. Make sure the tempo is right. What I did just there is have my cursor selected all the way to the front, double click on this middle row, and type in my tempo. Now, if your song has a different time signature, this song, let me skim through it real quick. Yeah, so this song does not even have a tempo change. Doesn't have a tempo change, it doesn't have a time signature change, which is really lucky for me, but I'm going to show you how to do it anyways. So if your thing has a time signature change, you're going to go over here, let's say it changes at 3, you're going to double click over here, and let's say it changes to Syke 4, and it doesn't change back until 5. So if it's only 6/4 for 2 bars, then you're gonna make it 6/4, and then you're gonna change it back to 4/4, uh, just by doing that. So in this is gonna sound really fucking weird, but in this it's gonna go. You'll see it goes to 6/4, and then 4/4. So it's really important to do that, so everything aligns right later on in the editing process. And I like to do that before I record, so the drums sound nice whenever I'm like trying to hear back. So let's say you have a different tempo. What you're gonna do is come over here. The second option that looks like a metronome, you're gonna come over here and you'll see a tempo track. So what you're gonna do, let's say it changes at 10 to be 70 BPM. You're gonna come over here, press this little plus icon, then press OK. Oh, now it's 70 BPM. And you'll see the difference here. Let me play it. It actually affects it. And if I undo it, see, it actually affects the drums. So I'm not just making shit up by saying that you have to do this, but yes, you do have to do it. And if it changes back, then just press plus and change it back. And that is how you do your tempo tracks and BPM. You might need to like reverse a lot on that, but yeah, that's how you do it. Just follow how I. Anyways, with that, we are now able to start recording. Okay, hello, we're back. I made a cut to my second screen because this is where I have 2 screens, so this is where I'm gonna have a cakewalk running. If you only have 1 screen, I would strongly recommend to have cakewalk somewhere. If you're gonna be reading off of sheet music at all, like just somewhere on the side, just so you know that your recording is actually recording, because cakewalk can sometimes be finicky like that. So next thing, before recording, make sure on your AI, your audio interface, you have your knobs set, so it doesn't like make it. On mine, I have like little indicators that are green when you play and red if it's like clipping. Make sure it is not clipping. Once you're ready to record, you arm the track by clicking this, and you'll see it's red. The red dot or and this thing called input echo or monitoring, and you'll be able to see if you've plugged in your instrument that you're going to be able to hear it like that. Once you're making sure about the volume, you can also go over here and check by strumming, and you see this little green bar over here. Make sure that does not reach over -6. I found is the best. And if you open up TH3 again, there's this little useful tool called a tuner. And you can also adjust the output level here if it's just way too high. But for me it isn't. So that is how you record. And once you want to start recording, you press the little record button, or you can press R, and bam. But you'll soon find out, oh my god, it's so fucking annoying playing with this drum set on, right? Well, no worries, I got you, bro. You could just press this little S and it'll solo out the track. So once you try to record again, oh look, no drum set. So this is where I'm gonna be reading everything off of. I'm trying to make this entire thing more like just more professional. So I'm using sheet music, not entirely because tabs, but this is what I'm doing. As you can see, there are sections of just like repeated shit. This will happen in almost every song that you write. And if there isn't any, then good luck. Just find some, because it will help you. So you'll see that this section, I do the same exact thing 4 times. So what you want to do, unless, well, I'm gonna like play it as one section because I build up to it, and like a crescendo basically, but let's say it's just completely straight. What you want to do, only record this first part. Only record this first part. Maybe just record in sections. So same things are a section. This, a section. This can be duplicated all these times. This is a crescendo, but yeah, so I only have to record this entire section. Only needs 2 recordings. Okay, so now that I've switched over, you're gonna, start. And you see, this is what happens sometimes. Your audio drivers are just gonna fucking cut out for no reason. Just keep on trying until you get that red line. That red line, you know you're good. Nothing else. Sometimes, if you just turn off the audio engine, it works again. 1 recording. Bam. That's all I need. Of course, I'm gonna re-record it again because I do a crescendo, but let's say for this thing I don't. So you can just clip off, close enough to the edge. Use this little magnifier. If you do control and scroll wheel, it won't work. Use little magnifiers at the bottom to zoom out. But if you don't want to do it the way that I do, just record all of your sections individually, like start the next one here or something. But if you do want to do it exactly the way I do, which I think is probably more orderly, you're going to zoom all the way out until this thing reaches 1/128th. That's all you need. And you're going to select the closest you can to when the instrument started playing for, time's sake. And then afterwards you're going to do 1 quarter note out. So it'll be 3/02 or whatever, 02. And you're going to press S to split. S to split. You need to cut it, just S. And then you're going to go out to the top right until you see this triangle. You're going to drag it until 301. So it should sound something like this. And if you grab this track, copy it, select your track, of course, and then you can paste it over and over. And so for this section, you'll see that if I undo this, you'll see that it sounds just like how this sounds. And let me play the music file first. So you're gonna see it sounds exactly like that, but just minus the bass, of course, since I haven't recorded it yet. So let me select this. A little bit of a slow down there, but you get the gist. Just go ahead, record all of your tracks, and come back once you're done. Hello, welcome back. I did this in real time, as you can see, like 3:30 now. I just recorded everything. So anyways, yeah, so now it's all recorded. It's all separated into its parts. As you can see, as I did previously, I cut them up into sections and then do 1 quarter note fade past where it's supposed to end. So final result sounds something like. so I'm not gonna play the entire thing, but yeah, so you have that. Anyways, now time for mastering. So you're gonna click that little thingy over here, opens up this thing, and first thing that I like to do is click on strips. Then you're gonna deselect MIDI, and bam, now you're just set. Now what I'm gonna do is show you my EQ things, and that all you have to do is hit this Pro Channel, and bam, you got all your settings. I'm gonna scoot this over. So for guitar, distortion guitar, I like to do. It mainly depends on the song, but either like clean lead or clean rhythm. The EQ, I like to do. Fuck, where is it? Dirtbag for distortion. And then for tube, I like to do clean lead or electric dirtbag. I'm gonna do dirtbag since it's more like gritty. And then this I like to do clean lead. Bam, so there's your EQ for your guitar. And now for bass, since I use a pick, oh wait, never mind. So first is bass one, and then since I use a pick, I like to do pick emphasis, and I kind of like the sound of it. But feel free to do deep, fingered, alright. But yeah, pick emphasis is what I like to do. And then tube, bass one, and console, bass fat. Now, probably the most important, snare, drum snare, very self-explanatory. And then I like to use percussion enhancer for the snare. I found it to be like the best. And then warm slammed for the tubes and the what's it called? Console C, warm and warm slam. And then for the kick, I like to do kick, of course, and kick deeper. It gives you that deep as fuck sound uh, that you hear in a lot of bands or whatever. And then for all, I skip everything but the tube and the console C. Bam. Do warm and warm slammed. And that is it for EQs that I usually use. So, now it's the fun part. Uh, this is the part that usually takes me like 2 to 4 hours. So, I have some baseline like things I set. It's usually you have to usually go lower, but I like to set the master to -3, uh guitar -3, bass -5 or -7, snare -1, bass I set it to 1, then all I set to -5. This is about the bass line. Okay, so in this case, you're gonna go through the song starting from every single section. If you see this get to red, you stop this master. If you get it to red, if you see any of these get to yellow except for your kick, then you have to stop and lower it. So let's do some example. See, this is at yellow. I'm gonna turn it down. Maybe like 4.5. The bass is also there, so I'm gonna turn it down to maybe like a 6. So we replay. And you see all the yellow and shit. If this reaches to the red, you stop it in the master. Try and get as close as possible though. Anyways, you do that for the entire thing. Now, if you want to do some more advanced shit and do a lot more dynamics, then here's your part. I figured this out when I was researching, I don't know if I'm implementing it right. I don't know if I'm doing any of this shit right. This is how I do it, and it sounds alright. So you're gonna click over where it says clips, go to clip automation gain on everything that you can, except for here. Here you're gonna do velocity. So this is where you're gonna do all of your shit, like dynamics. So, you click to make dots, and I'm gonna do mine is gonna be yours is always gonna be a lot more different, but to make more of an impact, I do like plus 45 on drums. I do plus 2 or plus 4 for solo parts. So plus 2 for like high intensity and then plus 4 for solo parts. You can, control, or I'm pretty sure you can just drag this and bam, yeah. So I'll let you do that. I'm gonna come back whenever I get all my shit done, and uh, I'll show you a little bit of what the finished product will sound like. Okay, hello. So I am back. This is the settings that I have managed to do. This is what a finished project might look like. So here you go. Here's a little flyby. Anyways, and this is like what the mastering kind of looks like. So I'll give you a little taste. So there's a little taste. Uh, anyways, that was Cakewalk, and this is my final remarks as well as how to export, because I know you want to do that. So you're gonna come over here to File, click Export Audio. Make sure your sample rate is 5800 and 32-bit. I probably should have told you how to do that in the beginning, but honestly, I am tired as fuck. So select your folder that you want. In this case, I want downloads and click export. There you go. Anyways, I am completely fucking exhausted now. I'm gonna save my project. Uh, anyways, closing remarks. Make sure you subscribe. Uh, hit the notification bell. Because I might be dropping some new music. Some more announcements maybe. I might just go back to my old ways and make some gaming videos. Uh, but yeah, this is the tutorial that I was making for my friend, but I'm also gonna use it as an actual video, an announcement video, because I'm lazy. Uh, not really. I'm making this entire thing and it's gonna be like 30 minutes long. Goddamn. Oh, fuck. Anyways, yeah, that's about it. See ya.